learning mental disabilities. Today we're going to talk about schizophrenia. I know that everybody doesn't have schizophrenia, but later on we will talk about other things that you guys have as well. I'm going to pass out a worksheet. It's going to go along with our lesson. You can just start by putting your name and the date and your diagnosis if you know it. It's at the top, name, date, and diagnosis if you know it. Okay. And then after you write it down, we're going to actually go around the room.
What's the date?
Today is the 21st, April 21st, 2014. We're going to go around the room. You're going to say your name and your diagnosis, and then we're going to go to the next person, and so forth and so on. So when you're done, switch your pens down so I know that you're done. Today's the 21st, April 21st. All right, while y'all waiting on everybody else, I'm going to pass out a PowerPoint that we're going to go over. You guys can keep this. But we're going to go over it so you guys don't have to keep looking up at the computer. But if you're done, is everybody done? Write your name, date, and diagnosis? Everybody done? Everybody done? Jackie, you done? Okay, that's fine. All right, we're going to start with Deborah. We're going to work our way around the room. So Deborah, say your name and your diagnosis.
William Blood, primary schizophrenia.
Donna Marie Brigham, major depression.
Okay, thank you guys. All right, first thing we're going to start off is, I know, again, like I said, everybody, we're going to talk about schizophrenia today. I know everybody doesn't have schizophrenia, but a lot of people that you guys live with have schizophrenia. So it's good to know these things so y'all know things about other people that y'all live with, their diagnosis, and about it. So just like we will go through other people's diagnoses that you guys don't have or that you do have, and we're just going to learn about it. So the first question on your worksheet is, what does schizophrenia mean for you? It doesn't matter if you don't know the meaning. Anything that you think schizophrenia means, write it down.
Close this door. Close this door.
Over here.
No, this one.
We're not going to talk about this out loud because I know some people are uncomfortable with saying answers that they might not know too much about, so it's okay.
I don't know too much about it.
Oh, that's fine.
Schizophrenia.
That's fine. If you are done, we'll move on to the next. All right. Now, the PowerPoint that's in front of you guys, put that in front of you. We're going to start. The title of this lecture today is called Exploring Mental Disabilities. What is schizophrenia? Schizophrenia is a challenging disorder that makes it difficult to distinguish between what is real and unreal. Think clearly, manage emotions, relates to others, and function normally. That was pretty self-explanatory. If you have any questions, just raise your hand throughout me reading them. The next thing is misconceptions of schizophrenia. Does anybody have anything that you guys are saying to you about your disorder that I don't like or are uncomfortable for you, or you think it's just like a lie, like that's not anything that has to do with me?
I think they shouldn't be saying you have a mental illness.
Okay. You think that's inappropriate? Okay. That's very true. A lot of people people don't like the actual separating somebody into a group and saying that they have a mental disability, which is, you know, a lot of people don't like that. Mental illness. Go ahead.
I don't worry about what people say.
I like that. I would like that answer, William. Not worrying about what people think. A lot of people can do that, like you can, but a lot of people can't. That, you know, have like their emotions are get caught up in stuff. Yeah. You know, again, if anybody has any issues with anything anybody says when we go out, or any problems that you guys have, you know, don't be afraid to tell staff, or, you know, don't be afraid to say anything, because you have rights to it, you know. And I definitely understand the actual saying that you have a mental disability, because nobody wants to hear that. But here are some common misconceptions of schizophrenia. This is a fact, which is true. Multiple personality disorder is different and much less common disorder than schizophrenia, which is true. A myth, which is something that is not true. Schizophrenia is a rare condition. Schizophrenia is not a rare condition. A lot of people have schizophrenia. A lot of people are not aware. And luckily for you guys know that y'all have, you know, a disability, and you guys are tackling it. Because a lot of people out here that have a mental disability are not tackling it and are just walking the streets doing things that they shouldn't do, and they could control it off the chain. You already know. Another fact, something that is true, schizophrenia is not rare. The lifetime risk of developing schizophrenia is widely accepted to be around 1 in 100. And that's a lot of people, you know. Out of 100 people, we line up 100 people, one person has schizophrenia, you know. And that's not even we're just talking about schizophrenia. You know, it's people that have bipolar. I mean, you can line up a whole bunch of people. You got one person has bipolar, one person has schizophrenia, one person is schizoaffective. You know, that's just one. We talking about one mental illness right here. Another myth: people with schizophrenia are dangerous. That is not true. And we know that because we live with schizophrenia. You know, we know sometimes we do get our emotions get the best of us, but, you know, half the time we are able to function with each other, you know, with all the disabilities in the house, you know. All right, the next slide. Another fact: although the delusion, thoughts, and hallucinations of schizophrenia sometimes lead to violent behavior, most people with schizophrenia are neither violent nor a danger to others. Again, just like what I just said, you know, sometimes they have, you know, involuntary emotions or reactions, but most of the time they're not dangerous, especially if they're on medication. Huh? What happened? Okay, another myth. People with schizophrenia can't be helped. Again, we know that's not true because we all are helped in here. You know, so schizophrenia people can be helped. Anybody with mental disability can be helped. Yes, sir.
You know, the biggest problem is not wanting to discuss schizophrenia.
Right. Yeah, discussing it, I mean, actually admitting that you have a problem and discussing it is the number one thing that you have to do to start getting help. And that's the number one reason why people don't get help, is because they're scared to talk about it. Good job. All right, early warning signs of people with schizophrenia. I'm sorry. Early warning signs. In some people, schizophrenia appears suddenly and without warning, but for most, it comes on slowly with subtle warning signs and a gradual decline in functioning long before the first severe episode. Many friends and family members of people with schizophrenia report knowing early on that something was wrong with their loved ones. They just didn't know what to do. A lot of people know something is wrong with a person. You know, we don't say anything, but, you know, if you see something in somebody else, or if you see somebody acting not normal, you know, their regular routine, then... What's up?
Can I be excused?
Go ahead. Take the key. Alright, we lost one. It's okay. It's okay. Alright, the next thing is, in this early phase, people with schizophrenia are often seen erratic, unmotivated, eccentric. I'm sorry, thank you. Unmotivated, emotionless, and reluctant. Thank you, Jackie. They isolate themselves, start neglecting their appearance, say particular things, and show general indifference to life. Now, we know all these things, again, because we all have our own mental disabilities and we see signs in ourselves or warning signs that we have no idea. That's why we do our training, talk about warning signs in ourselves and try to figure out and understand them in ourselves so that we can point them out in ourselves when we see them. Next slide. The most common early warning signs of schizophrenia include social withdrawal. Everybody knows what social withdrawal from? We don't want to talk with others. We isolate ourselves, things like that. Hostility. We just talked about that. Being hostile in any situation. Just being erratic about things, not thinking rational about things. Personal hygiene. We lack in our personal hygiene. We lack in doing our normal routines that we're supposed to do. We start lacking in those things. We gaze off. We start looking and daydreaming. Depression, and it goes on. The list goes on. Oversleeping, insomnia. We go through a lot of things when we have a mental disability, and we all know these things again because we go through them with our own disability. But right now, we're just focusing on schizophrenia. The next slide. While these warning signs can result from a number of problems, not just schizophrenia, they are cause for concern. When out of the ordinary behavior is causing problems in your life or the life of loved ones, seek medical advice, which we all have done. People that live in this house, we have seek medical advice. We have doctors, we have psychologists, we have people that we can talk to, counselors, we have staff here that we can talk to. So if you guys ever feel any warning signs, or if you guys feel, not right, if you feel something different than you have ever felt, please come talk to somebody. If it's not staff, go talk to your counselor, go talk to your psychologist. Maybe they could prescribe something different, or lessen the dose of something else. You always want to talk to somebody when you're feeling uncomfortable or you're feeling something that's not right. You always want to come and talk to somebody because something can be done. Don't think that something can't be done, because something can be done. Next slide. Signs and symptoms of schizophrenia. There are 5 types of symptoms, characteristics of schizophrenia: delusion, hallucinations, disorganized speech, disorganized behavior, and the so-called negative symptoms. Do you guys know any signs and symptoms of your disability? I see you nodding your head, Nelson. What's a sign and symptom of your disability?
Same things.
Say it again.
Same things.
Same things?
Same things.
Seeing things. Okay. Hallucinating. Okay. Anybody else? Any signs and symptoms of their disability, Deborah?
I was noticing just a few minutes ago